Summer is here, and with it comes more sun exposure. July happens to be National UV Safety Awareness Month, so here to give us tips on how to protect ourselves is Dr. Esma Akin from the nonprofit Society of Nuclear Medicine. Welcome to Great Day, Washington. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, this is an important topic because many of us, well, we love the sun, we want to get tan, but it can damage our skin. What are the biggest mistakes that you see people making when it comes to trying to protect themselves?
I think the biggest mistake that we all make is thinking that we only need sun protection, when we're at the beach. In fact, UV rays penetrate even the clouds. We can be exposed to UV rays when we're walking the dog, when we're driving, even when we're sitting by the window. So it's really important to get protection year-round.
Yeah, year-round, every day, no matter what we're doing.
Absolutely. And another one is that we all think, we've applied enough sunscreen. Most of the time we're not applying enough sunscreen, and we're not applying it often enough. So something like a SPF 30 applied every 2 hours, or when people sweat, wearing protective clothing, sunglasses, hats, and even looking for shade in the hottest or midday times. These all can really protect us.
Yeah, and it's not just like from wrinkling and looking older. We can develop cancer. What are some of the warning signs for skin cancer that someone should look out for?
I think this is a very important topic. So skin cancer, or the bad skin cancer, it was what we call melanoma. Honestly, the most important thing is for people to know their own skin. If we know our own skin, and we talk about the A, B, C, D, E's, A for asymmetry, anything that's asymmetric in our skin, anything that B is for borders, anything that's irregular borders, C, color, is it changing color, is it multiple colors, D, diameter, shouldn't be bigger than a pencil eraser, E, evolution, is it itching, is it bleeding, these things, or is it changing, is it becoming darker? These things are all very important. If we even see a lesion in our skin that looks a little different than the rest of our skin, or the rest of what we had before, that warrants a visit to the doctor.
Okay, so then once you do go to the doctor, if someone is diagnosed with melanoma, what's the next step? What should they do?
So the most important thing that we worry about as physicians is has it spread beyond the skin? Has it spread to any organs or its lymph nodes? This is where my specialty, nuclear medicine imaging, comes in very strongly. It is precise imaging. It is precision imaging, is what we say. And it can diagnose, and not only diagnose, but also target treatment of different kinds of melanoma, and melanoma when it's not even seen or symptomatic yet. And usually nuclear medicine imaging can diagnose it and targeted treatment before these lesions or the spread can be seen with other conventional imaging, like CAT scans, for example.
So I'd imagine imaging tools have come a long way from what they used to be and what you can see now, and then as far as treatments.
In a big way. Precision imaging is what we do in nuclear medicine, and that gives way to targeted treatments. Especially, nuclear imaging is not only great in early diagnosis, because why is all this important? Well, it's very important to early diagnose melanoma. Once you early diagnose it, you can treat it.
Yeah.
It's highly treatable.
Dr. Akin, how can someone advocate for themselves to get that kind of imaging? If they just go to the regular doctor and maybe that's not suggested or recommended to them, should they be asking for it?
If you're diagnosed with melanoma, yes, it should be, we should all bring up, well, what do you think the next step is, doctor? Do you think a PET scan, nuclear medicine PET scan, is a good idea for me, or other conventional imaging is enough? So if you're aware of this and you bring it up with your doctor is going to at least address this.
Okay.
Now, I had an actual a 28-year-old young patient who was diagnosed with melanoma in their backside, and this is not an area usually is exposed to sun.
Sure.
So we did a nuclear medicine PET scan on her, and we found a lymph node that was involved with tumor in her groin.
Wow.
And the surgeon took it out, and it's now 25 years later.
Wow.
And she's doing great.
Wow. I'm glad to hear that she's doing great and that you're able to catch things earlier. Thank you so much for being here and sharing this.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.